My family in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
I can't move this mouse.
Oh, better catch it.
Want to bring that in? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Neil, are you sitting outside?
No.
Oh, is it raining? Is it raining in Sag Harbor?
Yeah,
It is pouring in Sag Harbor.
it actually looks like it's cold out.
Yeah.
Actually, we have this great big window that we're sitting in front of.
Oh, that's nice. Looks like you're outdoors.
No.
That's like a non-virtual virtual background. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Marsha. Marsha, where did Marsha go?
Hi, Nicole.
All right, just bear with me for 1 second. And
Hi.
I'll get us going.
Hey. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Good. How are you? Good.
Okay, well, I think we've got our...
Marcia just came home from doing massages for the first time, so.
Oh, yeah, I called you.
That's progress, right? I think that's progress.
Yeah.
I will not be continuing that process anytime soon. So, anybody that needs that, go to Marcia. Much better way to go. Guys, it's
I
wonderful
got
to see you.
soaked on the way
Shabbat
home.
Yeah, I bet. That's it. So I'll leave the mic open for a second just so we can give her a proper welcome. But this is a very festive Shabbat for a number of different reasons. Certainly, we are celebrating Independence Day this weekend, the 4th of July. But we are also here at the temple celebrating some newness, some wonderful newness into our congregation to our new student cantor, Lauren Roth. And so we can give her a very thorough round of applause. And Lauren, I promise you, if we were in the building right now, you'd be getting hugs left and right. It would be, all of that. But we're going to try our very best to show you the proper welcome and appreciation we have for you being here with all of us. So I'm going to just mute everybody for the time being, other than Lauren, of course. And here we go. Lauren, can we hear you? Are you okay? You there?
Hello, yes.
Okay, everybody can still hear us? Great. So we're going to get to know Lauren a little bit later on in the service. And just one thing that you should know right off the bat is Lauren, very much actually like Emily and Tamara a number of years ago, is a incoming second-year student at HUC, which means that she just not so long ago returned from the first year, which is in Israel, and is really in the beginnings of learning the vast array of cantorial responsibilities and prayers and all sorts of things. She is very much a student, but an accomplished one at that, and one with a tremendous skill set, and most importantly, a tremendous neshama, a spirit, a soul that's within her. And so, as we've always done with all of our interns, certainly in my time, and I'm sure was true with Rabbi Leon, we bring all of our interns in slowly, a little bit at a time, because our congregation has a number of things that we do that are radically different than mainstream reform. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to give Lauren a few chances to begin to show us her repertoire and also to get to know her as a person. And the rest of it, you'll be stuck with me for a little bit. But, I think we can stomach that a little bit. And so with that, we're just going to begin first by lighting our Shabbat candles, which I'm going to do here. And I'll invite all of you who would like to follow along at home, either with your own candles or not. We're on page 120 in our prayer books, either online or otherwise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Wheel myself back over. Shabbos, everybody. So now we're going to put Lauren on the spotlights. Lauren, I think you're hopefully unmuted, and so as we always do, we have a welcoming song, and I think that Cantor Lauren has picked one that we've done a few times in the past. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, right? That this is a beautiful song that is about building a world of chesed, of loving kindness, the building part being key. And so our focus tonight certainly is thinking about how to build and continue to build this world of kindness. So Lauren, we'll turn it over to you and we'll follow your lead.
Yes, thank you. I will build this world from love. And you must build this world from love. And if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. Olam chesed yimane. Olam chesed yimane.
See, I told you she was good. I told you she was good. Very, very, very wonderful, Lauren. Thank you for getting us already into the right kind of Shabbat mindset. And we're going to give you a little bit of a breather now to watch Kabbalat Shabbat unfold a little, and we'll bring you back when we get to Mariv, but obviously not going anywhere. So unfortunately, here I am again. You're back with me. All right, guys. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to start our service as we always do with Kabbalat Shabbat on page 130 towards the top of the page. Please join with me at home. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, l'Adonai. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, nekad ba'fanav betodah. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, l'Adonai. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, l'Adonai. We're now on page 131, beginning with Shiru L'Adonai in the middle of the page. Shiru L'Adonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru L'Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru L'Adonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basru Meyom Leyom, Yeshuato, Shiru L'Adonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basru Meyom Leyom, Yeshuato. We turn now to page 132, the bottom paragraph in the page in Hebrew where it says Or Zarua. Or Zarua la tzadik, uleishrei lev simcha. Or Zarua la tzadik, uleishrei lev simcha. Or Zarua la tzaddik, uleishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzaddik, uleishrei lev simcha. We're now on page 134 at the very top of the page. Zamru ladonai bechinor, bechinor vekol zimra, bachatzotzrot vekol shofar. Aharu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Yiram hayamum lo, Tevel veyoshveva, Neharot yimcha uchaf yachad, Harim yiranenu, Lifnei Adonai kiva, Lishbot haaretz, Yishbot Tevel betzedek, Ve'amim mesharim, Yiram hayamum lo, Tevel veyoshveva, Neharot yimcha uchaf yachad, Harim yiranenu. We're now on page 135, the last paragraph in Hebrew in the middle of the page. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. We turn now to page 136, top of the page. Mizmor leDavid, Avu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, Avu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, Avu l'Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadorat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover harazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, Vayarkidehem kemo egel, Levanon ve'Siryon, Kemo ben reimim, Kemo ben reimim. Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, Vayechesof ye'arot uvechalo, Kulo mekavod, kulo, kulo, kulo merkavod, kulo, kulo, kulo merkavod. Adonai lama bo yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. We turn now to page 138 for Lecha Dodi, and we will continue in the new tradition started by Cantor Emily. We're going to do the first, second, fifth, and ninth stanzas. So eventually you will know these numbers, but first, second, fifth, and ninth. Lecha Dodi likrat kala perei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemu tiferet ve'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech umiuri, uri, shir daberi, yevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. For those who choose to rise at home, we're on the ninth stanza on page 139. Bohi v'shalom ateret pala, Gam besimcha uvetzola, toch emunei am segula, Bohi chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. All right, if you're still standing at home, you can be seated, and we'll turn to page 140, where the Hebrew indents in the middle of the page, Tzadik Katamar. Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Keres Bavanun Yizke Shetulim Bebeit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseba Deshenim Merhananim Ihu Lehagim Ki Ashar Adonai Tzuri Velo Amlata Bahu. And now we'll turn it back to our new wonderful cantor, Lauren, who's going to lead us in the Chatzi Kaddish on page 145, and then in the Baruch Hu on page 146. And as we are continuing to do throughout our Zooming days, the choice of standing or sitting is entirely up to you. For the cantor, it is really very challenging to stand. So what the tradition says is that if for any reason you can't stand, one of the things you can do is try to just hold yourself up a little bit in deference of. You don't have to go crazy, but something in showing that recognition. So cantor, the floor is yours.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, B'yamad yivrach yirtzei b'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayetecho beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, uv'izman kariv yimeru amen, Yehesh Rabbah mevorach, Le'olam ol me'omaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishabach, V'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yinaseh, V'yitador, V'yitalel, V'yitalal, Shemei kodesho b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran me'alma, Ve'imeru amen. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Yai na nai 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 nai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Everyone that's still rised can be seated. We're going to turn together to page 148 and read in English at the bottom of the page the first blessing before the Shema. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil beyom uvelayla, Adonai Tzvaot shemo. El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Amari V'Ravim. We turn now to page 150, and we'll read together in English at the bottom of the page the second blessing before the Shema. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Ki ehem chayinu ve'orech yameinu va'em negei yomam v'layla v'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. And we turn it back over to Lauren for the Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And we turn to page 154 for the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך וכשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Adonai Elohechem Emet.
And we'll turn now to page 157 and read together in English at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. As we turn to page 158, Mi Chamocha at the top of the page.
Mi
now, as they say, for something different, a little different, this is actually, I think, Cantor Lauren's going to share with us one of the great composers of Jewish liturgical music, who I only know as Binder, but Binder is, in the cantorial world, reigns very, very highly supreme. And so Cantor Lauren's going to share with us a different version of Hashkivenu than perhaps we're familiar with. So I hope I got all that right, Lauren. Okay, good.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomerenu lechaim, ufros aleinu sukat shalom necha, vetokneinu beitza tova, beitza tova milfadnecha, lehoshienu leman shemecha, ve'agem ba'ateinu, ve'aser mi'aleinu, ayef, tever, erev, erav, ve'yagon, ve'chak mimenu avon va'fesha, ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה, כי אל חנון ורחום אתה.
That was exceptional and a good view into the future of the high holidays modalities for sure. So, Lauren, I don't know if you can see it, but you're getting a lot of thumbs up right now. It's wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, you can take a little bit of a very brief break here as we turn to page 1. Myself. There we go. Veshameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam Einai beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti leolam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Vayom Hashivim Shabbat Shabbat Vayinafash. We'll now turn to page 164 as the cantor will help us to begin the Amidah together, and then we will continue silently and go at our own pace as we always do. And when you're finished, if you're standing, you may be seated. And if you choose to remain seated, please remain seated throughout. So Cantor, if you'll help us on page 164 again to begin the Amidah, and then again to continue silently.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit milatecha. Adonai, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your praise. And I May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, be Rama. Oh, say shalom, be Rama. Booyah, say booyah, say booyah, say shalom. Booyah, say booyah, say booyah, say shalom. Booyah, say booyah, say booyah, say shalom. Hallelujah. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, be Rama. Oh, say shalom, be Rama.
That is a lovely, lovely melody. Lauren, you're doing great. You're doing great. So we're going to now take a moment, of course, to think of those in our lives, in our community, around the world, who are struggling and in need of healing. And we'll begin by thinking first of those in our community. And I'll invite you also, as Emily started this custom over the last few weeks of using Zoom, that if you have additional names of anyone that we have not mentioned, that you feel comfortable sharing their names, to put it into the chat as we offer this prayer, we hope, of healing. We think of Phyllis Katz, Raina Walsh, Deirdre Klein, Harav Tuvia Abraham Ben Asher Balea, Stephanie Skitt, Nancy DeMatte, Andrew Lesser, Linda Shapiro, Joanne Sanborn, Jean Ben Sadoun, Gloria Taradash, Andrea Klausner, Judy Stern, Miriam Cornfield, Roz Brody, Hannah Ruth Batsara, Marlise Silverberg, Louis Davidson, Susan Spruce, Fagel Tzipora Bat Elisheva, Elisheva Bat Sarah, Richard Gambino, Michelle Sawicki, Idol Basha Bat Yitzchak, Tzvi Menachem Ben Chaim, Rivka Bat Devora, Amy and Gavin Tucker, Janice Kurz, David Dowling, Neil Elliott and Eileen Rosen, Israel Ben Yitzchak, Ben Sion Ben Moshe, Lorraine Danis, Buddy Kassoff, Shelley Newmark, David Kyle Klotman, Rivka Bat Rachel, Sarah Bat Chana, Moshe Eliezer Ben Sivia, Peretz Ben Yehuda, and Leah Bat Naomi. And of course, in addition to the names we've read and the names in our chat, the names in our heart, we're thinking of all those who are still fighting against COVID, certainly. And as we've added in our Misha Berach, thinking not just of those who are in need of healing, but also holding in our hearts and our minds those who are helping in that healing as well. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Abracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So tonight we're going to have something different than a drash, although it's a drash of sorts, which is a chance to get to know our wonderful new student cantor a little bit better. So I'm not going to give her 20 questions, but I'm going to do my very best to ask her at least a few for us to get a chance to know her. And so there is no way to have us sort of both be the primary video. So Lauren, I'm going to put it on you, and hopefully everybody can hear me still and can hear you. And first of all, welcome. Lauren, welcome to our community. We are so thrilled to have you. And as you've already demonstrated in a very short period of time, certainly you have every remarkable skill set, every characteristic that a congregation like ours is looking for in a cantor on the technical level. But I hope what's already coming across, which was the defining characteristic for Neil and I as we were interviewing, is who you are as a person and the way that you are able to bring a calmness and a composure and a confidence, and certainly, as I said, an incredible skill set. But what we want to do, and while this would have been much easier, certainly if we'd been in the same room together, is to make sure that we have a chance tonight to at least start the process of getting to know you. So thank you for being a part of tonight's experience, and we look forward to many, many, many more occasions to celebrate together. So thank you. That's the first place to start, is thank you. So Lauren, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your background, maybe where you grew up, and also, did you grow up in a particular synagogue? And if so, who was the important person perhaps in your experience there? And maybe also just a little bit about your experience in college and where you studied and what your passions are and were. I know that was like a 7-part question, but just share with us whatever you feel would be good to know about your background.
Absolutely. Hopefully I'll be able to remember all the questions.
Don't worry. You can ask me otherwise.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I grew up here in this house that I'm in right now. And I grew up going to Congregation Beth Elohim, which is in Park Slope. And I actually ended up working there post-college. And I went to college in New Jersey at Rutgers. And I got a Bachelor of Music in voice performance. And after that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'd always thought about maybe cantorial school, but then I started working with Cantor Josh Breitzer, who is at Congregation Beth Elohim, and he has been like wonderful support, mentor, and really helped me figure out that this was the path that I am supposed to be on. And my first year was great and exciting, and it's confirming all the things that I was excited for.
That's great. And I should say that we're going to send Cantor Josh a fruit basket or something in gratitude, because the only reason that I think we really got to meet you was because of him making that connection. And he himself is a remarkable cantor and was a classmate of mine at school. So hopefully one day maybe we'll even be able to get him out here while you're here and do something together. That would be a lot of fun. But we always appreciate local, New Yorkers around here for sure. That's great. And speaking as another New Yorker whose parents are still in the same house or apartment, it's a rarity, people, that you're still in the same place. So I know, Lauren, what that feels like to be, back at home, and I'm sure your family is happy to have you there. So really, thank you for that. So let's just move in a different direction, because I think you gave us a little bit of a sense of what made you want to be a cantor. What do you do in your spare time? Like, what's something that if you weren't busy leading congregations in service and studying to be a cantorial student, what's something that you, Lauren, are passionate about outside of all of that?
Yeah, I'm really passionate about cooking. I've always loved cooking and love cooking for other people. So my family right now, I hope they're enjoying the cooking that I'm supplying them with, but I'm experimenting with different recipes and different cuisines from all over the world. And I also love traveling. Unfortunately, that isn't something that we can safely do right now, but I'm hoping that once we go back to some sort of normalcy, I'm able to continue to do that, and definitely took advantage of that while I was in Israel, being able to travel around there.
Well, that's great. Well, while we're thinking of creative things to do with your internship, now we know that you're an expert chef. Maybe you can help to teach us. We've got some cooking demos going on throughout the summer. We'll talk about that. So a quick unprepared question. What was your favorite food in Israel? What was your favorite place in Jerusalem, or your favorite food that you ate during that year? Or a favorite? I won't put you on the spot to pick the favorite.
Yes, I don't know. What?
Did you have a favorite hummus place?
There was one place in Tel Aviv that was very fun to go to, Old Man Sea.
Yeah.
It's in Jaffa. It's on the water. They come out with like hundreds of little plates of food, and like before you even get your main course, you're practically full. But it's really fun. It's beautiful. That's definitely my favorite place.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love how Israeli restaurants define the word salat or salad it's a little bit different. You get like 50 different things to eat before you even get to the meal. So
And not many look like salad, so I'm
no.
so
Wait till we start serving food back here at the temple again. Things that we call salad. I think anything with mayonnaise in it apparently counts. Just curious, and not to put you on the spot, but what characteristics, since you were applying to many different places, what drew you of interest to our congregation to here at Temple Adas Israel?
Well, the first thing off the bat was the conversation with both you and Neil and how comfortable it was, and we were on the phone and it was awkward, but it felt like home and it felt like I belonged. And then when you're talking about your community and how supportive everyone was, that was something I was really looking for. Before coming to cantorial school, I thought I wanted to do the performance life, but I quickly realized that it wasn't the encouraging, warm environment that I really needed. And cantorial school would do that. And when I spoke with you and Neil about this congregation, I felt it.
Wow. Well, I promise I didn't pay her to say that. She really, really be. And I'll just tell you, Lauren, to reaffirm that. And if Neil's still on the call, so we can give the man some credit. That was my experience with my first interview with him, also. Right? It was radically different than every other interview I'd ever had, and it showed me that this was going to be a place that I could be myself and feel comfortable and be supported. And I hope very much that you will have the experience that you intuited is our MO here, and all I can tell you is from my experience that has been exactly that every single day. So that's great. I'm glad that connected. So maybe like, what are you most excited about in being a student cantor? Like, what are you looking forward to? I know this is obviously a very different kind of year in which some of the things we might have otherwise normally looked forward to. But what, if anything, are you sort of on your radar that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm excited for a lot. I think I'm excited for everything. This is my first student pulpit. My past experiences in synagogues have very much been in the education background, in the education world, and I'm really excited to grow and push myself and have you and the congregation do that as well, and learn about your customs and your traditions and just keep growing.
Oh, boy. It's like, these are excellent answers. You're a very good interviewer. I should just say that right off the top. So this is, I think, actually an important one for all of us to hear, and certainly only answer it as you feel comfortable. But is there anything that you're feeling particularly anxious about going into this year? And is there anything that we as a community can be aware of or do that can help to potentially lower some of that anxiety?
Well, this is definitely an unexpected year. I knew I was coming to see you guys, but I didn't think it was going to be over technology, and I'm not the best with technology, so that is definitely my biggest insecurity and anxiety, making sure that I unmute and I have everything I need in front of me. I really love being in person and feeling the energy of the room and being able to smile and especially sing along with everyone. I love when people sing with me, and so I'm a bit anxious with how over a screen is going to be able to do that. But
well, all I can tell you is the early returns are very positive. So, if you were anxious about it before, you're getting a lot of thumbs up already. And I will just tell you, looking forward to the time when we can actually be together in the same room with everybody. This is very much a singing congregation, one that will be very happy to sing alongside you. So, all of that is good and healthy, and it's okay to be a little anxious from time to time. But as I hope you're seeing, this is a community that loves and cares for everybody, but certainly for our clergy. And we're really very excited to have you as part of the team and part of our leadership, and over the next year, and we hope more than that, we will have a chance to really get to know you and to be able to be, as I said, in the same place, and really just thank you for choosing us and for being part of this community. And as I said, I'm already looking forward to the high holidays based on all these things that you've sung for us tonight. You're exceptional, Lauren. So we're really very, very thrilled to have you. And as I said, everybody may be wanting more of you already. And I just said at the beginning, we bring our interns in slow. So over the next few weeks, more and more, you'll be hearing her, and thankfully less of me. But we're not going to throw her to the wolves just yet. So Lauren, this is a great starting point, a great place. And I think while it's not specifically 4th of July themed in our drash or whatever it might be, I think that this is a weekend, even with all of the challenges our country is facing, that it is meant to be about celebration. And I think that you and representative of the cantorial world are an excellent representation of Judaism's impact on this country and all the things it stands for. So, kol hakavod to you. Wonderful things to come. And we're going to now turn our attention back to our prayer books, back to Aleinu, and back to me. And again, if anybody feels like standing at home and is more comfortable that way, please rise. Otherwise, we're on page 586 at the bottom of the page. And I promise I'm here. I'm just standing off a little bit to the side. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanahachnu korim umishtachavim umodim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. We now turn to page 598 in preparation of the Mourner's Kaddish, and we'll first remember those who have passed in recent months. Nancy Fisher, Saul Fisher, Sandra Friedman, Laura Kurtz, Myra Osofsky, Vera Shaps, Lisa Schneidman, and Norma Small. We also marked the yahrzeits that occurred during the last week, were Donald Abrams, Sophie Bedziner, Jean Benjamin, Barbara Berg, Frankie Burke, Francis Berkowitz, Gladys Coleman, George Davis, Harold Edelman, Joseph Egelfeld, Conrad Fisher, Julius Freeman, Irving Goldenson, Morris Goodstadt, Kenneth Greenberg, Joseph Kamenkow, Joseph Koplovich, Ida Koplovich, Anna Kiprios, Karen Margulies, Marion Mozart, Max Rach, Hiram Russick, Lillian Henley, Rubenstein, Stuart Stack, Susan Sackner, Lieb Scheinert, Max Schwartz, Irving Schatz, Pearl Tempowski, and Rose Zingman. And if you are saying Kaddish for anyone else this evening, you can certainly share their names in the chat below, and I'll invite those who are in mourning to join me on page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach le'alam u'le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'elam in kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may every one of their memories be for a blessing. Okay, those who are standing, please be seated at home, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm going to just put on the thing where we can see everybody. So my all-time favorite part of the service, our announcement sheet, of which we have actually a shocking amount of announcements. Lot going on, a lot of really important things going on. I'm going to highlight just a couple of them, but if I actually listed all of them, we'd be here probably all night. But just a reminder to everyone that our new and fancy website has actually all of our information on it about all of our upcoming classes. I'm just going to show you very quickly as a screen share. When you come to the website now, there's a special extra button here. Welcome to our virtual home. So this has the live streaming stuff whenever it's happening is available here. And then at the bottom is a whole calendar. So every day has different things, different stuff that you can push on, different flyers and what have you. So all of the information that you should need is all on the website. So please do check it out. But just to highlight a few things that are upcoming, the first would be services tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And then most importantly, at noon, our Torah study this month. And always we try as much as possible for the first Shabbat of the month to be our Torah study using the Torah Women's Commentary and highlighting in particular voices female leaders, academics, rabbis, scholars, cantors, and I'm deeply grateful to Ruth Joseph, who is the brains behind that entire experience. And there is a special thing about it this week, which is, and I know she's filling through the Zoom, that her wonderful daughter, Rabbi Rebecca Joseph, is going to be our teacher and facilitator tomorrow morning. So please do join us at noon. Even if you can't follow the service, please join us again on Zoom, 12 o'clock. She is a wonderful teacher. Aside from the fact that she is Ruth's daughter, she is just a brilliant rabbi in her own right. And we have a lot to talk about tomorrow. Unfortunately, a sad moment in the Torah, the loss and the death of Miriam. And that will be the focus of tomorrow morning's discussion. So please do join us, certainly for services if you're able, on the YouTube or on Facebook or on our website, and then on Zoom for Torah Women's Commentary. Also, just a reminder that, as I said, all of our weekly classes are ongoing throughout the week. Our Havdalah service with me on Saturdays at 7 o'clock. This week, beginning on Mondays at 9 o'clock, we have a really great course that I'm co-teaching, really very small percentage, that is about building a mindfulness practice, and one that has a certain connection to Judaism. So one of our members, Jim Grab, is a master practitioner and teacher of mindfulness meditation. And so we're going to have a course over 6 weeks beginning on Monday at 9 o'clock. So even if you know nothing about mindfulness, which was me as of a month ago, or if you know what you think is very little about Judaism, either way, you are more than welcome to come. This is not a pre-required class of any sort, but it's one of the ones I'm actually extremely, extremely excited about. Also, to highlight just a few other big things that are going on. One is on Sunday, July 12th at 7 o'clock, we'll be showing the documentary film Fiddler, A Miracle of Miracles, which some of you have already signed up for. And we are bringing back our previous student cantor, Emily, who's going to sing a few songs from the Yiddish version of Fiddler from her experience working briefly with that program, with that play. So again, that is July 12th at 7 o'clock. Again, requires pre-rec, what's the word I'm looking for, people? Sign up ahead of time, okay? Pre-registration. And if you can, sort of like when we have movies here, we put the pushka out in front. When we show films, they of course require a licensing. So if you can, there's a suggested donation, always appreciated. This is not just for members, so share it widely. And we really hope to have a good turnout online for that. Again, Sunday, July 12th. Other than that, please do check the website. Musar classes are happening. Myra, actually, I'm going to unmute you for a second. Myra, the dates and times of Musar for the month?
Starting July 13th. And if
Excellent.
anybody's interested, please get in touch with me.
This is a time for Musar people.
I need to talk to you.
Exactly. And I saw it. I owe you. I got you, Myra. Okay, good. Okay. So again, please check the weekly e-blast. Please check the calendar. And again, a big thank you to Lauren, who did a fantastic job this evening and her first time out. I think we can all give her a virtual round of applause for that. And so we're going to close. Normally, we would give Lauren back the mic at this point. But we're going to close as we've done as a tradition here, certainly in my time, which is to conclude the service on 4th of July weekend with God Bless America. And as we always talk about, right, in a time in which we are living through a certain amount of very serious and significant upheaval and questions about what is this country and its foundation, what are we meant to do, that there are many different ways to express that. And everybody on this call is going to have differing opinions on a number of issues. But we all truly love this country. And we want this country to be as reflective of its deepest values. And so this version of our identification in song, right? One of our various forms of anthem, which we all proudly know, written by Irving Berlin, is tinged with a Jewish concept, right? It's in there. This idea of God Bless America, right? What are we really asking for? We're asking for this ability to be, again, a light in the world in which we are struggling to find a direction, to be a place in which we can appreciate and take care of the natural beauty of the country that we share, to be, again, side by side with those who are our countrymen and women, and to, ultimately speaking, love this place, and in that love, to know when the right time is to say that we have work to do. And I think all of us can, even if we have different opinions about what that work is and how to go about it, that all of us can realize that we can love a place, we can care for something, and still at the same time want more of it, expect more of it. So again, your choice of standing or sitting is entirely yours. But we are going to turn to page 680 if you don't know the words. And while I wish I could unmute all of you to sing along with me, if we do that, we won't hear a single word of it. So again, page 680, and let's sing it with all of the love and affection that we truly have for this place that we call home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And speaking of sweetness, if you happen to have your grape juice or wine handy, we will, I've got mine over here, I promise. And we're going to turn to page 123 for Kiddush, and then we'll welcome everyone to join us for our Zoom Oneg immediately following, if you would like. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'horei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon enchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit Yehu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh Zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. You can unmute yourselves if you'd like.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And hopefully everybody can join us on our virtual Oneg. But again, Mazel Tov to Lauren. That's a big moment. Your first service as an intern ever is a big moment. So, you know.
Lauren has unmuted
Shabbat
herself.
Shalom. Shabbat Shalom and welcome, Lauren.
Welcome. Welcome, Lauren.
Welcome, Lauren.
Welcome, Lauren. Oh, absolutely beautiful. We're lucky to have you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bravo. So much. Beautiful voice.
Lauren, when we did our interview, it didn't do justice to your voice. Your voice is unbelievably fantastic.
Just
yes, thumbs up.
All right, everybody, I'm going to close down the stream and I'll see you on the virtual Oneg.
Hey,